previous lecture, we studied about balance sheet or net worth statement, in which in detail we studied the definition of balance sheet, then components of balance sheet, types of assets, type of liabilities, then different TACE ratios for analysis of balance sheet. In today's lecture, we are going to learn about income statement. Okay, so first of all, we see the definition of income statement. So this income statement is also known as profit and loss statement. Okay, so there is another name for income statement, that is profit and loss statement. The definition of income statement, that is, it is defined as summary of receipt and gain minus expenses and losses during a specified period of time is known as income statement. Okay, so basically this income statement, it is the summary of receipts, then expenses and losses during specified period of time is known as income statement. And this income statement is prepared for entire farm for one agricultural year. That means there is one income statement for 1 year and it can be prepared for whole farm. Okay, this is the meaning and definition of income statement. After definition of income statement, next point, that is components of income statement. So there are major three components of income statement. In that, first one is receipt, second one is expenses, and third one is net income. Okay, so we see one by one these different components of income statement. So first component, that is receipt. Okay, so this receipt is nothing but whatever the income generated from farm through its different enterprises or different product is known as a receipt. Okay, that means this returns obtained from sale of crop produce and other supplementary products like milk, milk products, eggs, wages, gifts, etc. Okay, also the appreciation is included in receipt. Appreciation means, that means increase in value of asset as its age increases, that is called as appreciation. Okay, so this appreciation for the cattle or animals of the age, that is young cattle from age of 0 to 3 years, this appreciation is calculated. However, the return from the sale of capital assets such as livestock, machineries, farm building, etc. are not included because such returns or income are not really obtained during the period. Okay, so in short, this receipt is the income generated during a period from different selling of product, then different farm product like crop, yield, milk, eggs, wages, gift, etc. Okay, this is the first component of income statement, that is receipt. After receipt, next component, that is expenses. Okay, so these expenses are nothing but whatever the cost incurred in production of that particular product, that is called as expenses. So these expenses included operating plus fixed cost. Okay, so operating cost, the cost which is changes according to level of output, that we call as operating cost. For example, cost incurred on purchasing of seeds, fertilizers, then labor, irrigation water, this is included in operating cost. This operating cost is also called as variable cost. That means cost can be vary according to level of production. And second one is fixed cost. So this fixed cost is remains fixed over a period of time. That means there is no effect of increase or decreasing output. The fixed cost remains same. Okay, so these are the two costs, and combination of these two costs is known as expenses. So in expenses, the losses in the form of depreciation on the value of assets are also included in expenditure. Depreciation means it is decline in value of asset due to the use or wear and tear is known as depreciation. For example, depreciation of farm machinery. Okay, that means year by year the machinery's cost is reduced, that is called as a depreciation. However, the amount incurred on purchase of capital assets are not considered in expenses. Okay, after expenses, next component, that is net income. Okay, so this net income is constitute of net cash income, net operating income and net farm income. Okay, so in short, this net income is nothing but the total receipt minus total expenses, that we call as a net income. So in this net income, it included net cash income, net operating income and net farm income. So first of all, we see the net cash income. So the net cash income, it gives position of a cash receipt minus cash expenses only during a period for which income statement is prepared. Okay, so this net cash income, it is the difference between a receipt minus cash expenses only during a period of income statement is known as net cash income. Okay, after net cash income, next concept, that is net operating income. So this net operating income is calculated by deducting operating expenses from gross income. Okay, so net operating income is equal to gross income minus operating expenses. The fixed costs are not given any consideration while calculation of operating income. Then operating expenses include crop loan. Okay, so this is the operating income. So net operating income is equal to gross income minus operating expenses. Okay, after that, next one, that is net farm income. So this net farm income equals the net operating income less the fixed cost. Okay, so this net farm income is equal to net operating income minus fixed cost, that is net farm income. Compared to net cash income and net operating income, it is relatively better measure of assessing the performance of farm, and it is the return accrued to own capital and family labor employed. That means it is this net farm income can be used for a calculation of own capital as well as family labor income. So this is the different components of income statement, that is expenses, then receipt, and next one is net income. Okay, after that, next one, that is analysis of income statement. So for the analysis of income statement, different test ratios are used for analysis. So these test ratios are divided into two major ratios. In that, first one is expenses income ratio and second one is investment income ratio. Okay, so first ratio which shows the relationship between expenses and income, that we call as expenses income ratio. So this expenses income ratio, it includes first one, that is operating ratio. So operating ratio is equal to total operating expenses divided by gross income. When we take the ratio of total operating expenses and gross income, it gives you operating ratio. This operating ratio explains the relationship between operating cost and gross income, and this ratio underlines the magnitude of working expenditure incurred for rupee of gross income. Okay, so this is the operating ratio. So this operating ratio can indicate the per rupee of gross income how much working cost is incurred, that is operating ratio. Okay, this operating ratio, if it is less than 1, then it indicates profitable run of farm business. Okay, if this operating ratio is less than 1, then it indicates profitable running of business. After operating ratio, next ratio, that is fixed ratio. Okay, so this fixed ratio is equal to fixed expenses divided by gross income. So it is the ratio of fixed expenses to the gross income. it gives you fixed ratio. So this fixed ratio indicate the relationship between fixed expenses and gross income. Okay, this fixed ratio explain the relationship between fixed expenses and gross income, and it depicts the amount of fixed expenses incurred to realize a rupee of gross income. That means if we get 1 rupee of gross income, how much of fixed expenses incurred, that can be calculated by using this fixed ratio. Okay, so this fixed ratio is an indirect ratio because these fixed costs are also known as indirect costs. So this fixed ratio is called as an indirect ratio. Okay, so this fixed ratio, it is an indirect ratio. Okay, if this fixed ratio is less than 1, then it indicates sound running of business or profitable running of business. Okay, this is the fixed ratio. After that, third ratio, that is gross ratio. Okay, so gross ratio is equal to total expenses divided by gross income. So it shows the relationship between total expenses and gross income. Okay, this ratio, which is obtained when both operating expenses and fixed expenses are total up and compare with gross income. Okay, so these total expenses are nothing but it is the operating expenses plus fixed expenses. Okay, so operating expenses plus fixed expenses is equal to total expenses, and gross ratio is equal to total expenses divided by gross income. It shows the relationship between total expenses and gross income. This gross ratio is also called as input output ratio. That means whatever the input used in production process and output obtained, this ratio is also known as input output ratio. Similarly, if this ratio is less than 1, then it indicates profitable run of business. These are the 3 types of expenses income ratio. Okay, in that first one, that is operating ratio, second one is fixed ratio, and third one is gross ratio. Okay, these 3 expenses income ratio, if all these ratios should be less than 1, then it indicates profitable run of farm business. Okay, that means operating ratio, fixed ratio and gross ratio, if these ratios are less than 1, then it indicates sound running of business or profitable running of business. After expenses income ratio, next ratio, that is investment income ratio. This investment income ratio shows the relationship between investment and income. Okay, so there are 2 ratios which are included in investment income ratios. In that first one, that is capital turnover ratio. Okay, so formula for capital turnover ratio is equal to gross income divided by average capital investment. Okay, capital turnover ratio is equal to gross income divided by average capital investment. So this capital turnover ratio is also called as a self-explanatory ratio. And this average capital investment is calculated by adding the value of asset at the beginning of agriculture year and at the end of agricultural year, and then averaging these 2 values, we get average capital investment. Okay, this average capital investment can be calculated by adding the value of asset at the beginning of agriculture year and at the end of agriculture year, and then by taking the average of these 2 values, we get average capital investment. And by taking the ratio of gross income and average capital ratio, we get capital turnover ratio. This ratio gives the gross income obtained for each rupee of capital invested over the year. That means this ratio shows the relationship between gross income and average capital invested in a year. Okay, that means whatever the rupee invested in a year, how much gross income is obtained in that particular year, that can be calculated by using this capital turnover ratio. Okay, after capital turnover ratio, next point or next ratio, that is rate of return on investment. Okay, so net of return on investment is equal to net return to capital divided by average capital investment. Net return to capital divided by average capital investment. So this net return to capital is calculated by adding bank interest, that is interest on borrowed fund plus interest paid on term loan, to the net farm income, and then deducting unpaid family labor for farm and livestock operations and management. Okay, so this net return to capital can be obtained by adding bank interest to the net farm income, and from this net farm income deduct the unpaid family labor and farm operations livestock which are used, we get net return to capital. And by taking the ratio of net return to capital and average capital investment, we get rate of return on investment. Okay, so these two ratios are the investment income ratios. Okay, the investment income ratios, these ratios gives the net return on capital for every rupee of average capital invested. These two ratios above related to income generating capacity of a investment and hence called as a income investment ratio. Okay, so these two ratios shows the income generating capacity of investment, so it is called as a income investment ratio. These are the different TACE ratios which are used in analysis of income statement. So in figure there is one hypothetical example of income statement in which there are different components, that is receipt. So this receipt can be obtained from different product, then after that next one, that is expenses, and after that net expenses. This is the one of the example of income statement. Okay, so this is all about income statement. So question may be asked on this income statement, that is write short note on income statement, or sometimes objective questions may be asked on this, like write formula for operating ratios or capital turnover ratios or rate of return on investment, etc. Okay, so this is all about today's lecture, that is income statement. So if there is any query, then ask me. Okay, thank you all.